Hello, everybody. Good evening.
Hi. Hello.
Happy Monday. We don't have any viewers yet, so we'll wait a
Just
second
us.
until some people pop on. Yep.
Yeah.
It's just us tonight.
Yeah, no Susie.
Is she on?
I don't see her.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're at 0 right now.
Okay. Dun-dun-dun. And then maybe nobody else wants to chat about it either.
I don't think I promoted it real well. I know I made that one post and was like, hey, I'm getting ready to start this. Does anybody want to chat about it? And there was several that was like, yeah. And I know Susie made an event for it.
Yeah, it says 14 are going, so let's see if they pop on. The only thing I don't like about doing it on my iPad is I can't see comments. Like on my laptop I can see, but I can't. I've got my phone, so if I keep looking to the side, it's because I'm checking that because I can't see it. It doesn't show on this one. Where's everybody?
There's somebody. Hello.
Hello. This one. Where's everybody? There's somebody. Hello. Hello. I could mute this. Ah. I just want to see the comments.
Hello. Let us know who's on here.
Don't see anybody yet.
We've got 3.
Oh yeah, I do see eyeballs now.
You see eyeballs.
Yeah, it has a little eye in the corner that says 3. So I've never noticed that. Like, oh yeah, there's an eyeball that says that number.
That's funny.
I've never noticed it. Yeah. It was funny. I was trying to log on to that link and it was like nothing. I was like, what is going on? I forgot I had my iPad on airplane mode because I was trying to finish a book today.
Gotcha.
It was due and I had like 40 minutes left. I'm like, stop doing that. Waiting to the last minute. So I had it on airplane mode. So I was like, why isn't my internet not working? I'm like, oh, never mind. There's a little airplane in the corner.
That's why.
That's why. That would help.
All right, our lone viewer, let us know who you are so we know who we're talking with.
Let us know.
Oh, and now we don't. Now they went away.
Yeah, I was saying the eye icon is now gone.
That's funny.
We scared them off.
We did. Megan. We scared them away.
What else have you been reading this week?
Let's see. So I finished the ones that I posted about this morning. Well, I finished Her Dark Lies.
Did I see?
So the only ones I hadn't finished from that list from last week was The Sanatorium, To Have and to Hold. No. To Have and to Hoax. And A Rogue of One's Own. But I'm almost done with both of those. A Rogue of One's Own and To Have and to Hoax. And so I read Float Plan today in one day. It was so good.
Oh, nice.
And then I have an arc of Christina Lauren's new book, so I started it last night.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah, and so far it's really good. Like I think it's going to be really good. Hi, Stasha.
Okay. I'm excited to read it. Hi, Stasha.
Yeah. I definitely think you all will like it. I'm going to try to share this link.
I will check it out.
It's really good. It was it started sad. This girl, her boyfriend, he commits suicide, and one of his life dreams was to sail this big trip. And so he buys a boat and makes all the arrangements, and they were actually supposed to get married on this trip. And so she ends up doing it herself, and it's kind of her grieving, moving on process.
Oh, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, it was really good. It kind of reminded me of Shipped, just only for the boat part. but then it gave me kind of like P.S. I love you vibes, but not that good.
Right, and, not that sad.
Yeah, it wasn't that sad. Yeah,
I like that book and like that movie.
Well, it's because Gerard Butler's in it.
Exactly.
That's why it's so good.
That's why, yes, that is probably why I like that movie. I love him.
I can't find that we're live in the group. Is it just on the page?
Let's see if they pop. I love him. Oh, Sasha says she has float plan on hold. I can't find that we're live in the group. No, we are. Is it just on the
page? I can't see it.
I see us. Hold on, I'm trying to mute this. Sasha says she has float plan on hold. No, we are. Is it just? Oh, there we go. I was trying to mute it up so I can hear it, so I can see the comments. So yeah, Sasha's on. Sasha's reading the Arc of the Summer Job. I've never heard of that one.
Yes, I have that one too. That I want to start this week.
I haven't that one. Who's that one by?
I don't remember.
You know, offhand? No, it's no big deal. I can look it up. That one just doesn't sound familiar.
She pretends to be somebody else for the summer. Like her friend has a job. Of course you do. Her friend has a job somewhere, and I don't know if it fell through, but she ends up taking it. Am I talking about the right book? I think that's that one.
Okay, I know. I have to look it up. I don't know that one.
It's by Lizzie Dent.
Lizzie Dent. Nope, don't know her.
And it comes out on the 17th of this month.
Oh. I will have to check it out.
Yeah.
Yes, Sasha says yes. You're talking about the right one.
All right. Well, we're 7 minutes in, and so I mean we might as well. I know Stasha gave it 5 stars.
I just saw her review in the chat in the group.
What did you give it?
I gave it 4.
4. I ended up giving it 3, and 3 is pretty my average. Like, I liked it. It wasn't the best thing I ever read. But I enjoyed it. I finished it.
Yeah. Like I said,
Amanda
it could
gave
be
it 4 stars.
Oh yeah. Like I said, I just finished it today. Of course. One day I'm gonna actually finish this. I know you finished it like the other day.
I did good.
I finished it a couple hours ago, so it wasn't a huge rush. But I always wait till last minute. But it may be like 3.5 to 4. I was trying to decide which level, but I went with the 4. I liked it. I thought it was different and
it was different.
Interesting, like I said.
When I originally read the synopsis, I really thought it was going to be more like Evelyn Hugo type, but in the jazz scene. And I don't know.
Yeah,
it did not have that. Yeah. I don't know. Like there was some character development that I thought was missing that I would have liked more of Sawyer background.
Yeah.
And then like it seemed jumpy to me.
Yeah. And then the things with him seeing his sister's ghost.
That
was kind of random. I was like, and then it never went like, can the old lady see ghosts too? Or,
right.
I thought it was going to have more of that. And then I was like, okay, he's just haunted by, I thought it was, I'm not sure if it needed that. I think we could have known that he felt guilty.
Right, without her hanging out in the room.
Her ghost wasn't just hanging around the hospital room.
Right.
So that took a star.
It was weird.
I was like, I'm not so sure about that. Sasha said
Did you know much about the 20s jazz scene before you read this book?
Yeah, no. That's why, I mean, I like the setting. I don't read a lot of 20s historical fiction. So I did like that aspect of it and the music scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the ghost lost me a little bit. Like right. I didn't think that was necessary.
I've been meaning to read forever Beatrice Williams, she has like a jazz series. Susie just texted me and said she doesn't see our video, so maybe we're not. Where do you guys see us at? Like, how did you all find out that we were live?
I got a notification saying that we were live in the group, so I clicked on that, and now I'm reading the comments on my phone because I told you can see the comments on my iPad. And it
she
says
said people
live.
are asking in the event if we've started.
Yeah, well, because we have the live button on up top, definitely live.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what is going on. Are we in the event instead of the main page?
Maybe. Okay, you saw the notification. I wonder if I didn't accidentally do this on that page and not actually in the group.
Yeah, because I didn't look that way. I just saw.
Of course, there's always going to be a technical issue on my side. I'm going to share it to the group, and then maybe people will see it.
Let me see where. Like I said.
Yep, that's what I did.
Okay. I was like, I got the notification saying that you were live in the group.
Okay. I'm a ding dong. I'll fix that real quick. Sorry to the 3 of you that are watching that were.
But hold on. Try to figure this. Oops, that's the wrong one.
All right, so I just posted it in the group, and I'm going to go post it in the event. Although I assume the people who have confirmed in the event will probably see it in the group. Yeah, maybe that's
because, like I said, I got the notification, so that's how I saw it.
I wonder if I can.
Let's see if they pop. Oh. See if I get any more. Now it says we have 6.
Okay. So that's probably because I sent it. Yeah. Okay. Now this looks more like the numbers that we should be having.
Yeah. Now we got 8. They're coming now.
All right.
Like, sorry. Hi, Alicia. Oh, yeah. Susie just is like, okay. I can see it. That's weird. Because Susie said she couldn't find it in the event page either. Right. So I'm like.
Yeah. Well, it's because I started the page. Like the likes page, gotcha. And that's where I accidentally started the video at, not in the group. That was my fault. But now that we've shared it to the group and the event, they can easily click on it. So
yeah,
that was me.
Now we're up to 11.
I took 14. Out that little copyright thing out of our name, and now I'm getting them confused with the group and the likes page. So
I got you.
Oops. I'll have to be more careful next time when I do that.
She's just like, we couldn't find you. We're glad you showed. Right. We're sorry. We showed it to the wrong thing.
But it looks like people are finding it now. So, all right.
All right.
Well, hello. Let us know who's on
Welcome. Here. We didn't get very far. What did you guys rate it? Yeah. Megan gave it a 3. Yeah. I gave it a 4. Mm-hmm. Let's see what everybody else rated it.
Now, Trisha, you can't stay very long, can you? Do you have something else you have to do tonight?
Hi, Erin. Let's see. Erin gave it a 3.5. Alicia gave it a 4. Trisha gave it a 4. I said it wasn't my favorite, but I didn't love it, but I liked it enough. Like I said, the ghost. I didn't care for the ghost.
That was weird. There was a lot, I feel like, jumping around. Like, I didn't quite understand the thriller part of the book. I must have missed something where she like back then, like, how did they get from here? I don't know. Okay. And then how did nobody know she was in Paris? I guess just the
Yeah.
things are different back then. You couldn't easily find people.
Before. Yeah. And I never really understood. I mean, I know she liked Honore, but to take her whole name.
I don't know. I mean, she was young when all of that happened. So maybe she just really idolized her, and I don't know.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well, Honore must have died during that whole battle thing, but then they're like, no, she just went to Paris. So I was like, okay, at least they told us.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they didn't. It's just there was the ghost, and she just kind of chilled, and that was that.
No, they never really. That's the problem. Aaron asked. They never really explained what happened to the ghost. I guess he didn't feel as guilty anymore because she disappeared. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's that part. I'm like, I think the book could have been better without that. Actually.
Yeah.
I think we could understand Sawyer's grief without having his sister show up in the hospital room and following him around.
Because if we were going to have the ghost,
creepy.
I want chapters from her to know what is she like. I want her point of view of what she's seeing and why she's there and her journey of like, all right, here I am. It's just, it was just
I thought
weird.
maybe we were gonna get more ghosts, like Honore could see ghosts of like Ezekiel, and we would have like a little ghost. That would have been cool, but to have one random,
yeah,
I didn't like that. I thought that was kind of random.
I do think the author did a good job on not giving too much away until when she wanted it to be, like finding out that Honore was Maggie's mom. So that was my first shock, and I didn't expect them to be related. And then to find out that really it's Bessie who's in the hospital and not really Honore, and then that she's still alive. I was thinking once, like, who just said that? Trisha said, whenever they figured out that Bessie was actually Honore, I figured maybe she died in that shooting. And then at the end, we find out she's alive and well. So she did do a good job of not making it so predictable that I knew what was going to happen.
That's true. And I thought Honore had taken Bessie's baby, or because Bessie didn't want the baby. So I thought, it was, I mean, not like take, like kidnap, but
right.
I will take care of you, because I'm older, and I thought maybe, she'd get with Ezekiel and then they raised the baby. But then I was like, oh, never mind. That was not it. But that was kind of what I was thinking it was. And I was like, oh, never mind. That is Bessie that we've been talking to this whole time.
Yeah, I do think for a debut, she did a good job. I'll read her again if she puts something else out. Yeah. I don't know. We were talking earlier there. I just don't really have a lot to say about it.
Let's see. And Amanda wants to know what happens with Sawyer and Lula.
Oh yeah, I think they had it going on, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they started the relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know where it went.
She moved out to California.
Yeah, I definitely think that's.
Oh, she already has one. That's right. The expert. It was in the back of the book. On the ebook. It also takes place in Chicago. Is that where the author is from? Is she from Chicago?
I think so. I think that's in her notes section. I think she mentioned it.
Yeah, Aaron, I think so. She just didn't. She didn't want the baby. But you would think that after she settled down with Jeremiah, that maybe she would get that maternal bond. But who knows?
Yeah, because she was really young, and that she was kind of, and not kind of, she was a product of rape, and I think
right.
So there must have been a disconnect that she never bonded with that baby.
Yeah, Amanda, I did not, but I bet this would be a good one on audio with having the multiple people. You did listen to it on audio?
I went back and forth, but I did listen to most of the audiobook.
She lives in Northern Virginia. Huh, that's interesting.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, well, that's right.
She was just like, But yeah, but I thought it was interesting. I'm sad.
Is that how it's pronounced, Anna Ray? I was calling her Honoree. Am I saying that so wrong?
In the audiobook, it's she mentions it's Honor Ray.
Honor Ray. Okay, well.
Yeah.
I thought the cover was gorgeous. That's why I read the book.
Ray. Yeah, I love the cover too.
That's what originally I was like, "Ooh, I don't even know what that's about, but that looks so good. I want to read it." I love the cover.
Yes.
Sawyer's voice was sexy. Who played him? Do you know, Amanda? Who read for him? Maybe we can find other things that he did.
Yeah, he did a good job for that. I don't know who it was, but his voice was good. Sawyer's voice was good.
That's funny. You know, I don't know why. I bet Bessie would have liked to, but I just wonder if Honoree was like wanting to just totally leave that life behind. She didn't really contact her mother. She just left, and that was that. Which I'm sure also it was harder to stay in touch back then. Obviously.
Yeah, because she mentioned they kind of all died that night, and then they all reborn. They all had to go their separate ways.
They were new people.
And so I guess she just made a clean break.
So for the people who really liked this book, are you big historical fiction people, or you typically like other genres and you kind of dabbled in this? I'd like to know, because I read historical fiction probably the most, and it was lacking in parts. But that's probably also that most of my historical fiction that I read is World War II, and it was different. It was different. It was just different. So you can't really compare. You can't really compare the two scenes because they're so totally different. But I kind of really liked the whole like Capone aspect to it, because I love mafia stuff. I think that's really kind of cool.
Yeah. She kind of touched on it a little bit.
Ronald Pete.
But yeah. But no, I read a lot of historical fiction. But like I said, this one, I like the setting. I like 20s and the music and that kind of stuff. So,
yeah.
Alicia says maybe she tried to do too much in this book.
Yeah, it was a lot of different genres.
It was a lot, like I said.
Right. Yeah, I kept thinking, what did I miss? Like, I feel like I missed key details because they're hooking up now. What I thought just a couple of seconds ago. I don't know.
Kindred. I keep seeing that book pop up, but I haven't read it. Kindred by Octavia Butler, I think. I keep seeing it pop up. Someone recommended it. Someone recommended it. If we like historical fiction, we should read. I keep seeing it on like TikTok and Bookstagram, but I've never read it. I'll have to look that one. I'll have to get that one. Well, I'm sorry. What were you saying? Something about Ezekiel.
Do you think Ezekiel was a good guy who was just in a bad situation with the stuff, or do you think he was bad in their relationship?
Right. I don't think he was bad. I think situations made him make wrong choices, but I think he really loved Honoree. And but yeah, some of the choices that he made were suspect. But I don't think he was like bad, like gangster bad, like the one who raped Bessie and the other guy who wanted to kill everybody and murdered the guy in the beginning. I think they were bad, but I think Ezekiel had some gray areas.
Was Archie and Dewey, were they black? I don't know why I was picturing Archie as this big, fat, disgusting old white man who was just so mean and disrespectful and gross.
Yeah, no, they were
all... Do you remember Space Jam?
African-American.
Did you watch Space Jam? Okay, do you remember the guy that owns the monsters, and he's sitting there with his cigar, and he's all. Do you know who I'm talking about? That's who I pictured as Archie.
Okay, I got you. But he was black, like the
okay. Well, that makes sense because it was a club, but I don't know why I thought that. He just was. Ugh. He treated them like absolute dirt.
Yes. Oh, he definitely did get caught up in some bad situations.
Mm-hmm. So was the policy, was that like the lottery kind of, or was it like betting on the horses and stuff?
I think it was betting on.
It was like gambling.
Betting on. Yeah, gambling.
Okay.
I think it was like fights because remember Ezekiel got beat up because he made money by fighting. So I think it was like a fight club kind of thing. I think that's one of the things they bet on. But yeah, I think the slips were just vouchers or bets. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there was a lot of potential. Like somebody just said above, they were wanting more context in the book. Yeah, Aaron. And I agree. Like, I kind of wanted more of the history of that area and that time.
Yeah, that time, that era.
Yeah. Because there was some things that she talked about that I truly didn't know what it meant. So you need to educate me because I don't know.
Right.
And I think that took away from the book because I didn't quite understand what she was talking about.
Because I don't think there's, I mean, I don't read a lot of books set in the 20s, so
it's right. I don't either.
Like I said, I love historical fiction, but you're right, most of not the ones I read are World War II.
Right. And, or based in England, regardless of the year.
Or yes. It's wartime somewhere.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. I know. I told you, I always think like Daisy Jones was labeled historical fiction. And I mean, I know 1920s is historical, but you know, I always, when I think of it, I think of like way.
Right.
Like, well, you know, but World War II is right in the 30s, so it's the right time.
I know.
It's a different aspect of it.
I know.
But you're right. But if it's not wartime, I'm like, is this? Oh yeah, it's historical fiction.
Yeah, like when I think of historical fiction, for me, it's like based around something real, like World War II or the Spanish flu, or you know what I mean?
Civil
like,
War,
right, like some event that has happened that we all know about, and then you kind of make up the story around that. But I mean, obviously, historical fiction is anything in the past.
Anything said in the past.
Yeah,
you're right. I mean, that's how I think about it because I'm always like, this is because it's the 20s. That was 100 years ago. It's definitely historical fiction. Is just I always think about that. The wars and stuff.
And dual timelines are my favorite type of historical fiction book.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, obviously there was a connection here with Sawyer and Bessie, but I don't know. Like, there wasn't that much to tie them together. It was almost like it could have been totally left out and the book would have been exactly the same, pretty much. To me. Other than Maggie being... Oh, yeah, I mean, I know it was big in the 20s and that was a real event and all that. I just don't know much about it. Like I was saying, Beatrice Williams has a whole series of jazz books.
I have to check them out. I've read a couple of hers, but I don't remember any since then. I have not started Pachinko yet. Like I said, I just finished Wild Women today. So, but
I read the first chapter. I think it's going to be pretty good. Yeah, Kristen Hanna, there's just something special about her.
I know, she just does it right. But I'll start Pachinko tomorrow and then just read it through. In case it takes longer, because it's a longer book.
I also think I probably would have liked this book more if I would have read it like in one time without other books. Because I feel like maybe with this one, This was my own fault that I missed things because I was like only reading 15% a day, and that took away from it. I think if I would like Stasha read it in 2 days, like binged it, and she loved it, and that probably took away from me having that experience with it.
Yeah, that's I read a little bit yesterday. I finished it today, but I don't like to book jump. Like I usually will have the book I'm reading, and I have a book I'm listening to, and then I'll have a classic or a nonfiction. That's completely different because those take me longer. But I get a little, I'm like antsy if I have like a lot started. So I'm like, I usually will just do that. Read a book in 1 to 3 days, depending on the length and subject, and then move on.
I'm going to do better about that this week. I promise.
Me. That's how I do it.
Well, I mean, does anybody have any last comments about this book specifically?
Chats about it.
Did anybody do anything super fun today?
I
used my brand new Bissell Crosswave.
Ooh.
Yeah, I like it.
Cool.
Everybody have a good Mother's Day.
Did you get anything good?
Well,
did they take you out? Anything fun?
Yeah, we didn't do like a lot because honestly, like I just got a car, and then I did get the Bissell Crosswave, but we've always said like stuff for our house isn't a present, so we don't count that.
That doesn't count.
I mean, like pots and pans, that's something I have to use to cook for my family. That's not like, oh yes, I'm so excited to open these up. But Carson got me this like beauty roller thing, and Riley got me a shirt. Aww. And Glenn got me flowers. So yeah, it was really nice.
Very nice.
Aaron, our book chats are normally a lot better than this one. This one's just kind of, we didn't have any questions to go off of. I couldn't find any good ones on the internet. Just kind of like,
it's pretty new. I was hoping they would have discussion questions in the back, but they didn't have it.
I was hoping they would too. So we really hope you give us another chance, because normally we have a lot more to say than what we had to say on this one.
Yeah. So next week we have Pachinko, and the week after that we have, what is it?
The Last Thing He Told Me.
The Last Thing He Told Me. I cannot remember that title. I don't know why. Yeah. Like, wait. So familiar with those. So.
Yeah, Amanda, Friday I will not be joining.
And y'all have the Dirty Book Club chat.
Yes, but I won't get to be there. There was questions in the back of yours. Oh, well, they're the questions that I was talking about that I found, but they weren't like much about the characters. They were very spoiler-free questions.
Yes. Yeah, you're right.
They're like, do you like jazz?
Generic, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
But Carson has a ball game that starts at 7:30, so I won't be able to. Maybe I can pop on for just a minute, but from what I'm gathering, the people aren't really liking the Den of Vipers.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of DNFing about the book.
Yeah. But TikTok is all over it. Like,
I know there's a lot that I'm like, this year I'm trying to focus on like the books that I own, and I'm trying not to, go into a different thing. Yeah. So I haven't been doing it because I'm really trying to get through, because I've got stacks and stacks of books, so. But
yeah, I decided to skip it too, just because of with me having to go to his ball game. I really didn't see the point in reading it when I had a million other things to read and get caught up on. So, does anybody know of any good books coming out tomorrow that you're excited about? Yeah, that's what I heard. That it's really
it's gory. I don't like to read gory. I don't like horror books.
Like Diesel's a freak, like a psychopath.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like for me. What's coming out tomorrow?
I have a list. I just don't have it back here with me.
Yeah. I know some of our books we've already gotten from Book of the Month come out tomorrow, like People We Met on Meet on Vacation. And I think there's another one too. I can't think of what it was.
Can't remember what comes out tomorrow.
I know.
I know
there's
a bunch coming out next week.
Yeah. This summer or that summer,
Oh yeah, that's right. That comes out tomorrow.
I can't remember which summer one, but it was a book of the first one, not a first one, but the same author. That one comes out. I think it's that summer, maybe. Not sure.
Yeah, there was one. Big Summer was last year.
Yes, and then this
one's that summer.
Summer, I think, but it's coming out tomorrow. I've got that one on hold already on Libby.
Awesome. I am saving an Audible credit. I read her book, Measure is Everything, on audio, and it was really good. Really good on audio. So I think I'm going to save one of my Audible credits for it and grab it tomorrow.
Perfect. Yeah, because I think I did the audiobook of that one too, and I really liked it.
It was really good.
And I think I did Big Summer as an audiobook too.
I haven't read that one yet. I think I might save it for June. I'm going to try to do a summer theme. I don't know why.
Oh, that'd be fun. Yeah, and it would be a good one to do for the yearly challenge as a beach read or your summer read.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I took a little different turn. Big Summer, I was like, wait, really? But guess I should.
Well, is it kind of like how Ellen writes? Like, is it like that type of genre, just like very women's fiction?
Yeah.
On a beach.
Lighter, but then there's like a mystery in this one, which I wasn't expecting, but.
Well, I'm sorry we didn't have a whole lot to chat about tonight. But yeah, I mean, if we hadn't have done this chat, I probably wouldn't have finished I wouldn't have DNF'd it, but I don't know if I would have read it when I did. I probably would have kept pushing it off. I want to do more non-book of the month, unless book of the month picks like really, really good books. But I think it's a good idea to kind of try to incorporate some that maybe they didn't pick. So let me know what you all think about that.
Yeah, because there's tons of choices. I mean, like you said,
so many choices.
Every Tuesday, when they only all these books come out, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm never gonna catch up.
Yeah,
I want so many of them. But yeah, I've heard good things about the last thing he told me too, so I'm excited to get to that one.
Well, I love Julia Roberts.
Oh yeah,
and I've heard that is she going to be in this movie when it gets made? So
I think so.
A Summer to Remember, which I don't know if I know that book.
Summer to Remember. I don't remember that one. Oh, I can't remember. I may have that one on hold too. I like to go through the coming soon on Libby, and then I'm like, oh, that sounds good. So it's always a surprise to me when it comes up.
Yeah. All of my holds on Libby right now are like 6 months. It's going to take forever.
Oh, really?
What was I going to say? Does anybody have any for June that are not Book of the Month, that hasn't been Book of the Month picks, that are on your radar that we should? Right, me too. Because I spend a lot of time like looking up those predictions, and then I get kind of invested in those synopses of which ones I want to read, and then when they're not picked, I'm like, well, but that still sounds really good, and I want to read that. Yeah, I really thought this book was going to be a Book of the Month. It had everything they typically kind of go for. It was a person of color author.
A person of color.
Yeah. Very popular. It was being pushed heavily on Goodreads and Bookish First. It was being pushed heavily over there. So I really thought Book of the Month was going to grab this one up, but
I know they picked some. I'm like, oh, I hadn't even heard of that one before.
Yeah, for a while they were picking only like super popular people. Like you could nail the predictions every time, and now it's not. The ones they're picking are books that aren't even in the Goodreads top 100 when I'm searching for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I look at most of the time, is the Goodreads
like
top
what's coming
100
out.
for that month. And they're not there. So I need to figure out a better place to look for upcoming books, because Goodreads is failing me
it's just
on
coming.
figuring it out.
But I got How Lucky, and I had never heard of that one, but I've seen really good reviews, so I'm excited to get that one.
Yeah. Should we do books that come out, like, okay, for a book for June, should we do a book that kind of comes out like May? Or should it be like a much older book that's easier for people to get at the library? Or are we just all about those new releases and what's coming up soon? So I know some people are pretty much strictly
I think
library.
that's why Pachinko did so well on that poll, because people were like, I can get it from Libby today.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah.
And a lot of us have had it on our shelves for years, and we need the motivation
I've had it on my shelf
read it
for at least 2 years.
I've had it
I
for
haven't
a long
read
time.
I haven't read Dial A yet, but I have it.
I have it.
Susie
I'm
read
going to read it this month.
Susie
It's
Susie
on my
read
list
it
to
and
read
loved it? Do a combo. Okay. Do you all want to vote more on books, or do you just want us to be like, hey, here's a book, read it? I kind of like the smaller number and you all giving me feedback right now.
Yeah. New releases within the last couple of months.
Okay.
I said I'm good with whatever.
I really need to work on my backlist shelf.
I have been trying to do that lately.
I've barely read anything.
I'm real excited for the new stuff, but I'm like, I've been trying to do a mix. Like, okay, I've read these 2 new ones. I need to pick one off. I have a shelf. I'm like, I really need to pick off that shelf. So
I keep telling myself that if I read everything new that these authors that I love come out with, that I'll have time, maybe like in the later half of the year or next year, where they're not putting out new books, but then I just get sidetracked by debut books and people I've never heard of.
I know, like I said, it's so. But yeah, I'm trying to get through my backlist ones too. Like, oh my gosh, like stop buying so many. But I'm addicted.
Okay, so you're wanting, we'll do like
choices.
The romance genre, and then we'll come up with 3 or 4, and then you all can vote on them. Do you think we should have obviously the book of the month, that could be, we could do a thriller for 5 months in a row, depends on what they put out. But like the ones that aren't book of the month, do you think it would be a good idea to have like a rotating genre? Like June, we do romance. July, we do historical fiction. August, we do thriller. That way it's kind of, we're not reading the same genres over and over and over and over again.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm really kicking myself for putting that on the poll, because I truly thought Dial A would win, and I was like, no one's going to pick this huge book, an older book, and then everybody was like, Pochettino, and I'm like, crap, now I gotta read it now. And
I think it was Alicia. She's like, it would have stayed on my shelf if it had not been picked. Because like I said, I'm trying to read my backlist, so I was like, I'm gonna read Dial A for any, but I'm gonna read that on my own. You know, I don't need motivation for that one. But Pachinko, I need a little kick in the pants to.
I think I'm gonna save Dial A for June. And kind of be like, June is going to be a very summery, fun, light month, reading by the pool type thing. So
yes,
yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be a really heavy read, and I probably am only going to make it through because I have it on audio to keep me on track while I'm reading the book form.
I got it on audio too, so I can go back and forth. Because sometimes that's what I need to move on quicker.
Yes. If I keep noticing every couple of paragraphs I'm picking up my phone, if I turn the audio on in my ear while I'm reading, I won't look away.
Yeah.
And if I do look away, it's still reading it to me, so.
Exactly. You're still listening, so it's all good. But yeah.
And a lot of these Japanese words are kind of hard to pronounce, and the audio is telling me the right way.
I'll show you how to do it. Exactly.
Yep, I like that.
Exactly. It will be all good.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I definitely think June we will. I think we decided we were probably going to do a romance for like a pride book, either with an LGBTQ author or LGBTQ characters. So I don't think we've nailed down exactly what we were doing yet, but that's.
Oh yeah, I've got a couple on my list to read.
Yeah. So we will see.
We'll see what comes out.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go grab me some supper and deal with these kids who weren't supposed to be here tonight but are here now. But I mean, no, I'm glad they came home because I cleaned all day while they were gone, and then when I got done, I was like, all right, well, I'm ready for them to come home now. And Glenn was like, don't call them because then they'll just want to come home. Let them stay because we've been in quarantine for the past week. They've not seen anybody. And then they called us and was like, we want to come home. So, oh well, I'm glad they came home.
Yes. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week when we discuss Pachinko.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.